Tylor, Landfair, and Olivia Mauch today. Play Michigan tomorrow and Maryland on Saturday. Questions for the Huskers?
Taylor, this is your 6th year getting ready to start a Big Ten season. What does it feel like? Is this old hat for you at this point?
Honestly, yeah. I'm just super excited, though. I just feel like every new year it brings something different, especially with the new coaching and this whole new team and everything like that. I just think it's just always super exciting, and I'm super excited about it, too.
What do you know, what's different about the Big Ten as a whole this year?
I think everything is still going to be a grind. It's going to be really hard, and we're going to have to win really big matches and honestly, be consistent all the way throughout the season. So I don't think anything is different, but, I mean, I think it's going to be cool being able to experience the Big Ten with Danny.
It's your second time. What did you learn last year about what Taylor was talking about, that grind that you were better prepared for this summer?
Yeah, I think the competition just gets better and better from here on out. And I don't think we've played our best volleyball yet this year, so I'm really excited for what we can do, and I think we can make a really big statement starting off here this week. So.
Olivia, can you speak to you and Laney's kind of both playing Libero back and forth, but just the competition between you guys and how that continues to help you both be successful?
Yeah, I think competition is always good, and we're each other's biggest competitors, but we're also each other's biggest cheerleaders. And I think no matter who's in that position, we're both cheering for each other, and we want what's best for the team. And I think we'll do whatever's best for the team. So.
What did it mean for you the last 3 matches to start Libero, what did it mean for you to earn that start and get put on that jersey from the start of the match?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor. I think growing up in Nebraska and watching them, I've always looked up to the Nebraska Liberos, and I hope that I can be a role model for the little girls who look up to me and in whatever position I play. So.
What do you bring to the Libero position?
I think I bring kind of just a calmness, steady calmness, and yeah, just calmness and. I want to be that person that they can look to in big situations to make a big play. So.
Tylor, your smile and nodding. What, from your perspective, what do you see?
I think Liv does bring a really calming presence, and I think that she's always consistent, and she's the type of player that we can always look to whenever we need a good pass. We're like, hey, let's shift this way. We just need you to get a good pass for us, and we know that she's going to do that. But also defensively, we just know that she's down and ready to cover for us, or she's down ready to dig really any of these hard type of hits. So I think she does bring calmness, but I think that she also brings a confidence to herself, and I think that honestly helps a lot of us, especially when we were down, just being able to look to her and be like, hey, we need you in this moment, and she'll be able to deliver.
Olivia, how does that communication with this work with the coaching staff? You find out the night before the match, and their plan for what they're doing at Libero, how does that get communicated to you?
It sometimes just depends. We usually scout the other teams and go through rotations, so it can be the day before or when she's writing it on the board. So it just depends.
Is that the day of?
Yeah, in the morning, but yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel like this team still has to prove during Big Ten play? You guys have obviously won the conference 2 years in a row, #1 in the country on the field. What is it to prove over the next couple of months?
I think it's just proving to ourselves how good we can be. We don't feel like we've been playing super well recently. I know the stats don't show that, or the games don't show it, but I think just proving to ourselves and to everybody else, especially with the new coach, and yeah, I think just proving mostly to ourselves that we can win again.
For either of you, Danny on Saturday in the huddle and then talking post-match said that she's challenging the defense to take the next step. What does that process look like this week, and what it looks like tomorrow?
I just hope that we embrace it, just because I feel like she knows what she's talking about, obviously. And I think that it's good that she's getting on to us, because, we're going to have to be really good defensively at the end of the season. So I think it's honestly just how can we step up and how can we set a really high standard for ourselves, but then also meet that standard. And I think in practice, it's just always being down ready, making sure that we take advantage of every single defensive drill we have, and just making sure that we're extra prepared for all of our games, especially with scouting the scouting report and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
What areas do you feel like can be improved? You said twice that you guys are playing the best volleyball, and what areas
Yeah, I'd say definitely defense. We can always get better at every position, no matter what. So I think it's just like fine tuning those little things that'll make the biggest difference.
Okay, our last one thing, Danny was challenging you to take more risks on offense. How have you seen that kind of come through in the past month, kind of the way you're playing?
I think just going for it and just having the confidence that I can do these certain things, especially when it comes to taking these big reps. And honestly, it helps that Danny's just able to give me a lot of confidence and a lot of freedom just to just go for it. But I also think that we've been working on covering at practice a lot, and I think that definitely helps and brings me a lot more confidence that I can just kind of rip at the ball. And I know my teammates are going to be down and ready to cover me. But it's also like I need to be able to kind of do this after college. So just getting all these tools in my toolbox now, I think will honestly help me now while I'm a Husker, but also after I'm done being a Husker.
Does that carry to the service line too? There was a couple matches ago, you had like 28 serves. And
Yeah.
a couple aces there too. How has that part of your game changed?
I didn't get to serve last year, so I just kind of wanted to take advantage of doing whatever I can to help this team. And if it does include serving, I want to make sure that I'm always on my P's and Q's when it comes to serving. And I also think I've kind of changed from being just like a zone 1 server to being now a zone 5 server as well, just like that cross court. And I think it gives me a lot more confidence and also a lot more space to kind of just go for it. And even if I don't make it, Danny's like, you got the next one, or she just also has like a lot of confidence that I can also do it.
For your experience, what did this team take away from the conference state, just really learned about each other as a team and really big things stood out?
I think it kind of proves like we have a lot more that we need to get done, and we have a lot more that we need to work on. And I mean, it's honestly great that we had such a long preseason. We had so many games and so much success, but at the same time, I mean, all that success is in the past now, so we have to keep looking forward and looking to the future. And I think that there's so much we have to keep working on. So I'm just excited to keep getting back in the gym with everybody.
Time for a couple more.
Olivia, what have you seen from Allison Jacobs from Michigan?
Yeah, we just started watching film on them yesterday, but we obviously know she's been in the top passing stats and hitting stats, so she's a great player, and we're just going to have to really prep and be ready to defend her and her serve. She has a nasty topspin too.
Yeah,
so.
she does.
Taylor, who's telling Danny about what the Big Ten is like, the 20 games that you have ahead? I know that she's familiar with the league, but she's never coached in a prep conference.
I think she knows. Yeah. Yeah.
What has her message been to you guys ahead of
I think honestly, just don't be afraid to just go for it, but then also, like, we have to not be content with where we're at right now, just because we have said many times that we don't think that we're playing our best. So just honestly going in every single practice determined, having a high standard for ourselves and making sure that we're always doing something to get better, because we want to get better every single day. There's really no days off that we can really take, and there's also no points off. So having a really good practice before we have a big game definitely helps the success of our team during that game.
How hard is it to not be content when you're sitting there 10-0 and then push a couple of these matches? And how hard is it to want to, I guess, like find the next edge and stuff like that?
I think it just gives us a lot of fire under all of us, just because we want to be really, really good, and we have really, really big goals at the end of the Big Ten, but then also after the Big Ten. So honestly, I just think it fires everybody up, and I don't think it's necessarily a downside. I just think that we all kind of see it as a positive.
On a personal note, I mean, last year we talked about your family was impacted by the tornadoes. How are they doing? They on the road to recovery yet still?
Yeah, slowly. They just started working on the inside and stuff, so they are supposed to be out of their rental the end of October, but I don't think our other house will be ready yet, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but yeah, it's slowly getting better, so.
What has that process been like? I mean, you've been down here in college too, but you have your family kind of go through that and deal with everything that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun. It's definitely hard on them, but they get to come to all the games, and I think it's just like super refreshing and I get to go home a lot, so it's nice to just kind of go back and help out as much as I can. I know we've been trying to like redesign our kitchen, which has been fun, so just like family bonding, and yeah.
All right, thanks everybody.